Okay, so what we're going to be looking at is just basic styles within your HTML document, and then CSS style sheets. In the previous tutorial, we looked at how styles can be used, changing colours and changing properties, etc. And now href tags are used as well. So we're just going to start off with, I am red, I am blue, I am big, and just have a look at, how the styles are encrypted within the actual style sheet itself. So again, we've got open and closed paragraphs. Okay, so we're opening this paragraph with a normal paragraph. Yeah, I am normal, and that's a normal, paragraph. Open tag, paragraph, close tag. Now we're incorporating a style into the paragraph. Okay, so it's color red. So paragraph, which is open, and within that open style, you've got style, and then you've got equals color red. Okay, in that particular format. And it says I am red, I am blue. And then we're also, what's really interesting is I am big. The pixel size is changing in here. So we're looking at style, and then we've got font size. Now when you start when you go to type this into your notepad or developer software, whatever it is you use, it'll automatically come out with kind of a predictive element, if you like. So as soon as you start typing font, size will come through as well. Okay, so that's kind of within that as well, and it says I am big. Yeah, so we've got that there. So if you want to change the kind of pixel size to that, we're going to make it even bigger, and we'll just go to 50 pixels. There, you can run that, and there you go, 50 pixels on there. So again, it's giving you an idea of how to incorporate different styles into your element. So if we go into attributes, we've got style attributes, okay? And so we've got the name, style equals, the property and the value within your tag, okay? Right, the property is a CSS property, yeah? The value is a CSS value. Now, we're going to have a look at CSS in a little while within this tutorial as well. But again, you can go into W3 Schools and you can play about with these elements yourself and just get a real feel for what's happening with those. And again, we've got background color, so we've got body, and within the body we've got style. Yeah, equals background color powder blue. And so what that means, within the body of this, all the background's going to be style blue, and then we've just got normal headings that are in black and white. Okay, and again, background color, you can have your hexadecimal code in there that we spoke about, or your RGB property values. So you can have a look in the earlier tutorial to see how that was achieved. So again, try it yourself. There you go. Yeah. And again, I haven't got your property values to hand, but we can actually put those values in. Okay. And we can just kind of play about with those. That's got powder blue in there. You can put your RGB or your hex code. Now, I do recommend that you work in hex code because that's the most usable and user-friendly within kind of web development, if you like, particularly front-end development. And it can be you can have your RGB colours easily kind of formatted to hex codes within your Photoshop or your GIMP software, depending on what you're actually using, Illustrator even. So I'm closing this down, and we can just kind of move on. And I'd like you to put some hex codes into that and just see what that comes out with. Okay, so we've got our colour here. These are very basic colours. We went through the colours in the earlier tutorial. So again, when you're using this, you can use some colours that that were in that, or you can again you can kind of look at your own website or whatever and your own colour pickers and your own graphics that you've been doing and put your RGB colours in and your hex colours in as well. Now what they've done here is they've styled the heading colour blue and then the paragraphs colour red. So if we go to try it yourself, again they've done that, okay, and that can be changed. I might change that to yellow. It's just going to give you a basic yellow value. Run. There you go. So again, you can have a play with it, and you can just kind of do whatever it is that you want to do to that particular to those particular colours there. Okay, and just kind of play about with the styling of those. Okay, so I'm closing that down. And then we're going to look at fonts. Now, you'll have a font family kit. You'll notice that if you have a look at all my font tutorials, we downloaded a font family where we went into a website generator and generated a family. Now, within your styling, you'll have different font families, okay? And you'll have there's a lot of browsers use specific fonts like Verdana, for instance, or Courier. If you want something that's not as frequent, then you need to kind of put the font family within your source files, if you like, and then that'll pick up on that style straight away. So you've got your H1 style, font family Verdana. This is in heading 1, and you've got a different font family in here. So we have a look at that. Again, if I change this to Arial, will that work? We shall find out. Click run. That should change that. Yeah, it's kind of changed the font there. And again, we can change the sizes and the style. Okay, so we can change this to a H2. And again, that can be H2 as well. So that'll be quite big. So it's not a paragraph anymore, but it's a bigger font. Okay, and it's getting used to the system and the processes involved when using these different styles. And it's always interesting if you right click on a web page, you can view a source code, and you can see how these styles are actually used within that web page. Okay. HTML text sizes, font size. It's got 300% here. Pixels are generally used. Again, you can have a bit of a play with those and just have a look at the styling that's involved. And always remember your tags. So you've got your H1 there, and your H1's closed. You've got your paragraph there, and then you've got your paragraph closed. Okay. So HTML text alignment. If you need to align anything central or to the left or to the right, you can kind of try that out. Everything's centered. Yeah, centered heading. Text align. Put right. See if that changes it. There you go, right, or you can have it left, depending on where you want your headings to be, your paragraphs, etc. And then within your style, you can add padding to that as well, maybe 10 pixels, so it's not at the edge, and it's all within that frame. And again, it's getting the basics, then building on the basics every time you're actually doing this. And there's plenty of tutorials out there to give you more in-depth advice and guidance. As well as that, we've also got the W3 Schools site that kind of, that can kind of test you on it as well with these exercises here, and then also, as well as the exercises on this, you can use your own notepad or whatever, text editors, whatever it is you're kind of using within your software, just to experiment and just pull it up in a browser and see how that works. And so basically the summary Use the style attribute for styling HTML elements, which is what we've been doing. So we're looking at background color, which we looked at, color for text, color for fonts within the font families, sizes, and text and lines as well. And then if we move on to CSS, this is just we'll go through, you know, a cascading style sheet, and again, you can basically you can have your CSS file saved, and you can use different styles within that CSS file. Okay, they have a CSS tutorial here, so by clicking on this link, you can delve further into a CSS tutorial. But just as an overview, it's used to apply unique style to a single HTML element. And again, H1 style, color blue, this is a blue heading. Now you can put these within an actual style sheet itself, okay? And it's gone through the processes, so if we have a look at this, H1 style equals color blue, this is a blue heading, and that's within your H1 tag. Which is what we looked at earlier. So again, there's your CSS style. An internal CSS is used to define a style for a single HTML image. A CSS is defined in the head section, so it goes in the head. Remember what we said, anything within the head is not visible on screen. So you can put all your styles within the head, open style, close style. And when you bring up a H1 or a paragraph, you can specify what colours you want those within that particular style. So you've got fluency throughout your web page. Okay. So if we have a go at this ourselves, we've got this. We've got background powder blue. Now I want to change within my head. I want to change that to yellow, and then we can run. Yeah, that's yellow. And I want to change the H1 color to orange. So we have our H1 tag that goes to orange, and I want to change that to black. Now that's in our style, and that will be, because we've got that in the head, we've got style open, style closed. That'll be flowing throughout our website, okay? And it's really useful, it's really easy to do as well, and you can pick up on it quite quick. So you're not putting them individually within these tags like you've seen earlier in styles. It's going to style it fluently throughout your web page, okay? We just have that on black, because black and yellow work quite well together. So we run that, there you go. So yeah, so please play about with that. I've got like a minute and a half left to kind of go through the external, an external CSS style sheet. And again, an external style sheet is used to define a style for many HTML pages. With an external style sheet, you can change the look of an entire website by changing just one file. Yeah, so we start with our head, and then we finish with that as well. So we've got style sheet, href style class. Now that's within the head, and then we've got an external style sheet that's going to be actually used within that. Okay, so that's kind of picking up on the style sheet that we're actually using, and then which is externally, which again it'll be uploaded and linked to your website. But as long as you've got that link in there, then your style sheet is going to work throughout the whole site. Okay. An external style sheet can be written in any text editor, so you can do it separate within a text editor. The file must not contain any HTML code, so we're not using code, and it must be saved with a CSS extension. So you save the file as styles.css, and then you'll do that separately. Yeah, you'll do that separately, but as long as you put that bit of code within your head, then that's going to pick up this website here. So from that code that we've got up there, within there, that's your external sheet. We'll have our H1 tags, our H2 tags, etc. Okay, I hope you found that useful. And